Hi guys, Bon here. In the last few videos, I've been trying to pick stocks that I think will go up within the short term as well as in the long term. Stocks that you guys might not be paying attention to. Stocks that might have some really big growth within the short term future. And one of those stocks today is Domino's, right? Domino's Pizza. It's not your typical tech stocks that has been rallying crazy within the last 6 months. But I do think that Domino's has a very strong hold in its foundation, and I think it can deliver some major profits next month. Okay, so today we are going to be going over three major things. The first is Domino's stocks and its trends. The second is why analysts are bullish on Domino's. And the third is how will the past performance of Domino's predict its future. So if you guys like the content, please give it a thumbs up. It'll really help me out. Also, I would just like to remind you guys that these stocks are just for entertainment purposes only, okay? I am not recommending you to buy these stocks. What I am recommending you guys is to do your own research and make sure that it is something that you guys want to invest in. So let's go. Okay, so if you guys are not familiar with Domino's, this is the Domino's stock. This is Domino's Pizza. Its ticker symbol is DPZ. It is currently at $394. That's a very high price for a pizza company. Its market cap is $15 billion. Its 52-week range is 227 to 424. So it is almost at its all-time high. Its PE ratio is 35, which is pretty high. It's kind of high. Earnings date. Earnings date is very important. Its earnings date, from what I know, its earnings date currently right now is October 6th, but it could change as it gets closer to October 6th. This date is very important because as it gets closer and closer to earnings, the stock is going to rally up, and that is what I want you guys to pay attention to, because that rallying up is going to be, I think it's going to be a decent amount. This is its year-to-date chart, and as you guys can see, at the beginning of the year, it was around $300. And it had a really good quarter in February, and then the stock market dropped. The stock market crashed in March, and then since then, it's been doing very well. Who knew that the pandemic would cause a surge in pizza delivery? It's just crazy, alright? Alright, now let's talk about why analysts are so bullish on Domino's. So in this article, it says that Domino's poised to beat street estimates, and Cohen says in Upgrade. Now, what we really want to pay attention to is who is saying that Domino's is going to beat the estimate. So as you guys can see, Cohen and Company actually upgraded their evaluation of Domino's Pizza from market performs to outperform. In July, Argus Research and Morgan Stanley maintains their ratings for Domino's Pizza as a buy and overweight. Now, the question is, why is Domino's winning the pizza delivery war? Because Domino's is obviously not the only pizza company in America, and they have some really stiff competitions from Papa John's, Pizza Hut, and any other pizza place that sells pizza. So why are they profitable and other businesses are dying out, especially Pizza Hut? And Pizza Hut is not doing very well. Well, the reason is because of the difference in their business model. In this article from The Motley Fool, it says the difference that helps Domino's delivers more than pizza. So let me summarize this for you guys. And the reason why Domino's is winning the pizza war is because they have ghost kitchens. Ghost kitchens, also called cloud kitchens, allow a restaurant chain to operate with low overhead. Companies can strategically deploy their franchise as delivery hubs without worrying about whether the area they occupy lends itself to foot traffic. Pizza also travels well. Now, if you guys don't know what ghost kitchens are, ghost kitchens is when you bake somewhere else and then you deliver it to the store. Now, in Domino's case, Domino's actually have physical location, physical brick and mortar stores, but their pizzas are baked somewhere else. So what they do is that they cook their pizzas in an industrialized kitchen, which cooks faster, better, and the rent is cheaper. And Domino's is not the only one doing this, but they are the only pizza company that has this model right when they started. Now, how profitable has Domino's been during COVID? Well, in its Q2 2020 earnings July call, Domino's announced that its sales at existing stores, as opposed to any other newly open in the past, grew 16.1% year over year. The company's total revenue increased by $108.4 million, or 13.4% in Q2 2020. Net income rose by $26.3 million, or 28.5%. The reason why net income was so high is because they just delivered more pizzas, okay? They just delivered more pizzas, and they don't have to pay a lot of money for their overhead, so a lot of their money, a lot of the profits go straight into their pockets. That's why their net income rose 28.5%, and that is a lot. That is a lot. On August 17th, the company announced plans to hire an additional 20,000 employees, including delivery drivers, pizza makers, and customer service representatives, managers, and assistant managers. Okay, now let's go to the fun part of how its past performance will predict its future performance. Okay, so now let's go back to these charts and really dive deep into Domino's Pizza. So as you guys can see here, Domino's Pizza has been doing really, really well during this whole year. Really, really well. But what I want to pay attention to is their earnings, because their earnings is very, very important in this upcoming month, and it can make you guys a lot of money. Alright, so first let's start off with their Q4 2019 earnings. This was posted in February 20th, 2020, 02/20/20. Alright, so if we look at February 20th, we can see that February 20th had a very, 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 very big spike, right? And obviously the reason is because they had a fantastic quarter and a fantastic year. That's why it had such a big spike. But that is not what I'm focusing on. What I'm focusing on is the days leading to February 20th, because leading to February 20th, right here, starting from February 11th, it started rallying up, all the way to February 19th. So from February 11th, it was at $275. February 19th, it was $297. That is almost a 10% increase within 10 days. So that is quite a good amount of increase. And now the question is, does that happen all the time? And so if we look at the Q1 earnings in 2020, it was posted in April 23rd, 2020. And as we look back here, right here on April 23rd, 2020, the stock dropped after a very incredible run. Look at it. It went from right here on March 31st all the way to April 22nd, 2020. It had a very, very amazing run from 324 all the way to 383. That is a close to 60-point run, like 20% increase within a span of around 3 weeks. And obviously when earnings came out, it couldn't hold its valuation, then dropped. Now, so its most recent quarter in Q2 2020, it was posted in July 16th, 2020. So if you look at July 16th right here, it went down. But before July 16th, July 15th, it was up like crazy. We can see that it started rallying around June 26th, and it rallied all the way to July 15th, which is almost 3 weeks, 2.5 to 3 weeks. And from there, oh boy, did it go up. Within the last 2 to 3 weeks before the earnings, it just went up, all the way to all-time highs. And obviously when earnings came out, it dropped. So the point of this video is just to get you guys aware of this trend in Domino's, because apparently this has been happening a lot. It's been happening a lot. Now, by the time that you guys are watching this, it is currently 2 to 3 weeks ahead of the Domino's earnings. And that is the Goldilocks range of when you guys should be buying to ride up the upward momentum of Domino's. Currently, Domino's is scheduled for earnings on October 6th. So what do I think is going to happen? I think that from now till October 6th, the Domino's stock is going to go up. And I know that I will be buying Domino's stock this week or next week, because I very, very, very much believe that the Domino's stock will have a run up as it hits earnings. Now we see that in 2 out of these 3 cases, the stock dropped the day of its earnings. Now the question is why, okay? Did they have very, very bad earnings? Well, let's check. As we go down here, they did not have bad earnings. They have amazing earnings, okay? In Q4 of 2019, it beat their earnings, okay, by a little bit. In Q1 of 2020, it beat it by a wide margin. Look at this. Look at how much it beat by the margin. Q2, terrific quarter. But what happens? In both of these instances, the stock dropped when the earnings was released. Well, in my opinion, this is the classic move of buy the rumor and sell the news. So on the day that the earnings come out, the stock has already been driven up so much that people are going to be taking their profits. The day that earnings comes out, and they are taking their profit and they are running. And that was what happened in Q1 and Q2 of both of the quarters. They had fantastic earnings, but the stock dropped. And I mean, who can blame them, okay? It rallied so hard. It rallied so hard in Q1. It rallied so hard in Q2. So what do I think is going to happen? I think that Domino's is going to have a fantastic quarter. But that doesn't really matter, right? What really matters is that I think that the stock is going to go up from now till the day before the earnings is released. I think a lot of people are going to hype it up, and from now till earnings, I think that it's going to grow very, very well. From now till earnings, I think it's going to grow around 5 to 10%. I think it'll hit new highs like it did in April. It'll hit new highs like it did in July. I also think it'll hit new highs in October, but it'll hit new highs the day before earnings, okay? You guys should not be holding it after earnings, okay? No matter what happens after earnings, no matter if they beat the earnings estimate or not, you guys should not be holding it after earnings, because if it has a very, very good run-up, it will crash. No matter how great the earnings are, it will crash. It will crash. This happened to Peloton. Oh my goodness, okay. Peloton had such a good earnings report, and the day after earnings, boom. Earnings crashed it, and it just dropped 4%. After amazing earnings, it dropped 4%. So for me, no matter how great the earnings of Domino's will be, which I do think that it will provide very good earnings, the stock is going to drop because it's going to have a lot of hype up. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys did, please give it a thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't subscribed so already, because that would help me out a lot. So until next time, I wish you guys very, very good luck. Bye.